Hey, what's up? So we're here with Pisces Sun and Mars and Pisces. Wow, this is a highly spiritual placement. Highly spiritual, highly mystic, very mystic. Like it could be you could seem mysterious to people. Things that you do, your whole being is mystical to people. Like you could be into the mystic arts, divination, a medium, like so into mediumship, into like drama, imagination. Like you could probably come up with fantasy. Like you could probably come up with like a drama series or something like that, and actually direct people to and like film it for any people that's interested in doing that and like putting it on social media. Like you can write fantasy and all of that. Like I know it might be hard to actually really stay focused to do so because you just really are that person that is just in the being of life. You may not to really like to work. If you do work, you could be like the job that you do could be, it's not necessarily always physical. Or you'll find yourself drifting off, envisioning things, escapism. You could be highly into escapism, whether that's through alcohol, drugs, but you could just be naturally high. Seriously. And people are like, "Are you drunk?" And you're like, "No, I'm not. I don't drink." You know. But you're definitely supportive, very emotionally driven. Sometimes, like I feel like this, you know what it feels like to be hurt. When your feelings are hurt, you take that in consideration. So a lot of times you are supportive when it comes to other people. And if you do say something to hurt someone or do something to hurt someone, a lot of times that's not your intention. It's because, man, maybe I just didn't know. I didn't know. Like I was just talking about the way I felt. And it would depend on like where your Mercury is placed. But all in all, like this is a very powerful placement. The thing about it is sometimes a lot of times people don't really see the supportive people as powerful. They feel like, man, you should stand up more. You should have a backbone. You should do this or you should do that. But, I get it. Everybody is not the leader. Everybody is not meant to be the one that's always actively doing something, and we need the support. You play the supportive role, but like at the same time, you have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom because you have the potential to really feel things out. And I don't know, like I feel like a lot of times it's certain things that you don't really want to deal with and you'll already know why. And it'll cause you to drift away or leave, or if you're gonna put up with something, it's like you know why. You feel as if you have to take certain stuff from other people for the simple fact, like as almost like a martyr in a sense, you know. So you can take a lot, and I feel like you can handle it. A lot of times you be trying to look for an approach that is accommodating, accommodating for yourself as well as other people. You really are a wise person, especially as you mature and you gain more understanding. You're not really necessarily about the experience in a sense to where you have to physically actively go out and experience life. Yours is more in the aspect of just being, your experience. You feel like you're experiencing life when you can be here but also be aware of things outside of life. So you feel like there's another way to experience life, of like everybody saw that we're really all in tune, like we're really all one, we're really working against ourselves, then the world would be different. Like, then shoot, we don't have to do none of this. It's like this, we just be who we are. Is like a lot of the is really how you direct yourself and you direct others, through your interaction with them. You're very sensitive. You can be sensitive about things that you do that others judge harshly. So because of that, I think a lot of times you're gonna watch what you do, but at the same time, when you get emotional about something, you can hide yourself away. You can hide those emotions away and not want to share it with the person, but you could go share it with somebody else that you trust. You get to vent through them almost, and they do the same thing for you. And so yeah, it's with this placement, it could be a lot of denial about what's really going on with your life and your situation. Denial and victimization. Whether you were victimized or not, you can use a lot of things that happened to you before as ways of not being able to move forward. There is really not a lot of sense of boundaries when it comes to you, because it's not on purpose. See, with the Piscean energy, Neptunian energy, the way that the way your interaction with someone else and being able to understand that interaction is where the wisdom comes from. You get what I'm saying? So it's almost like Pisceans, they become what they're experiencing. You get what I'm saying? If they're experiencing a relationship with somebody, it's easy for them to, or with a friendship or somebody they're talking to, they understand and they empathize with what the person is going through, because it's like they become in tune, one with that person's energy. And the reflection seems like, man, you're like my favorite person, because you're exactly what I need. You're exactly what I want. And then the Pisces sometimes can end up feeling, as almost as if they don't have an identity, or like people push off what they feel that you should be, and that's not what you really are. And when you show them who you really are, and no, like, I'm separate from you, I have my own identity and blah blah blah, they then act confused, like, man, like, who is this person? She was lying. She was never who she said that she was. And experiences like that with people is offensive to you. Like, it can hurt you on a deeper level, and it can make you feel like you want to pull away from people in the first place. But people come to you for support, and a lot of times they want you to listen to what they're going through. They want you to be on their side. They come up with all kind of things, and they feel like they can just intrude. They can come at you anytime because you're not going to stop them. You're not going to say anything. They feel like you don't. A lot of times, you could feel like people don't respect you, it's not that they don't respect you. You feel like they should understand when they're crossing the boundaries. They should understand when they're overstepping, like their your niceness or your openness. They should understand when they're crossing the boundaries, but they don't. People go as far as you let them go. So you gotta really establish a firm sense of boundaries here. And it can be hard to tell what that is sometimes, because you don't know. From day to day, you can feel something different, and it's okay to feel that, it's okay to feel that. But I feel like this, because with this placement, when it comes to like actually physically, working or like bringing something into manifestation, it can be hard. So you would have to either work with someone else that can help you see this, someone that you trust, or either you have to really actively practice this. And I say a good way of practicing is start with setting boundaries. The more you tell somebody no, or you stand up for yourself, and I'm not saying like when it's out of control, just like right there in the moment, like, no, I don't like what you did. No, you cannot come over. No, you won't be doing this. No, I don't want that from you. No thanks. The more you start setting up boundaries and telling people no, okay, I said don't call past this time, and I'm not taking your calls. The more you start realizing, man, like your self-worth, and you start feeling freer, actually. You think that you're more freer the more open you can be. But it's not always the case, So, yeah, you start with those boundaries. It's more, I feel like you will be more in tune with the present moment physically. Because just being, sometimes we're able to do things and escape from what we just did. Being in the physical means, okay, I got to answer in the physical. I got to make these decisions right now in the physical. Those are the steps that you take to actually manifesting things in the physical world. Start by setting up boundaries. And you like it. I feel like you show the people that you care about them, and you like that in return. You may like dramatic displays. You know, you may leave and come back wanting that person to be that you love, to show you, like to be open in arms and to tell you like, man, I really missed you. Because for you, that means a lot. It means that the person cares, like when they can say these things, when they can show you their feelings. And a lot of times you will withdraw with your feelings, like I said before. And, you know, you got to come back whenever you feel like you've dealt with them properly. You can also draw in a lot of, if you have a partner that's like really in just the being, you probably are in a lot of the mystical arts too. It could be hard for you guys to really get a strong grasp on this physical plane. So it really will help, like if you had a partner that can balance that out for you, whether it's a child, parent, or relationship, love affair, or friendship, you know. But if you really want to start developing those type of aspects within yourself, definitely do the boundary setting thing. All right. And this has been Sun in Pisces with Mars in Pisces. I'm Butterflies of Light. I'll be back. Subscribe.